Welcome to the How-To Factory, the channel where we reveal how some of the most essential products are made. Car tires, those round rubber giants that keep us rolling, are more than just black circles on your vehicle. They're engineered for performance, safety, and durability, providing a secure grip on the road, whether you're driving through rain, snow, or sunshine. From daily commutes to long road trips, tires are what connect your car to the ground, absorbing shock and helping you stay in control. But have you ever wondered how car tires are actually made? Today we're heading inside the factory to show you how raw materials like rubber, fabric, and steel are transformed into the rugged, reliable tires that carry you wherever life takes you. Before we dive into the modern process, let's take a step back. The idea of the tire dates back to the early 19th century. Originally, tires were made of leather or metal and wrapped around wooden wheels. However, the real breakthrough came in 1888, when John Boyd Dunlop developed the first practical pneumatic tire, essentially a rubber-filled tire, which revolutionized transportation. Fast forward to today, and tires have become complex, high-tech products built to handle extreme conditions and tailored to every type of vehicle, from sedans to sports cars, trucks to tractors. By the way, if you enjoy learning how everyday products are made, consider subscribing to the channel. We post videos just like this every week, and your support helps us a lot. The process of making a car tire begins with the selection of raw materials. Natural rubber, harvested from rubber trees mainly in Southeast Asia, is blended with synthetic rubber produced from petroleum-based chemicals. Fillers such as carbon black and silica are added to provide strength and durability. Steel wires, polyester, and nylon are also part of the mix, giving tires flexibility, reinforcement, and the ability to maintain their shape under pressure. Once the materials are delivered to the factory, everything is stored under tightly controlled conditions to maintain quality. Rubber compounds are then mixed in giant industrial blenders called Banbury mixers. The machines generate intense heat and pressure as they knead the ingredients into a thick, sticky rubber dough. This mixing process can take up to 10 minutes per batch, and each compound is customized according to the type of tire being produced: summer, winter, all-terrain, or performance. Next, the rubber is flattened into sheets and combined with layers of fabric or steel cords. These cords give the tire strength, helping it resist punctures and maintain its shape while driving. The sheets are rolled out and cut into precise strips for different parts of the tire: the sidewalls, the tread, and the inner liner that holds the air. Each component has its own specific recipe and properties. Now we enter the tire building stage. Workers and machines work together at tire building machines to layer the rubber and fabric strips around a metal drum. The inner liner goes first, followed by body plies, belts, beads, sidewalls, and finally the tread. This raw, unvulcanized tire, called a green tire, looks like a finished product, but it's still soft and unusable. Each layer is carefully aligned and pressed into place with mechanical precision to ensure balance and uniformity. Once built, the green tire moves on to curing. It's placed inside a mold and pressed into its final shape using heat and pressure. This process, known as vulcanization, was invented by Charles Goodyear in the 1800s and remains the heart of tire manufacturing today. At around 300 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 to 15 minutes, the rubber hardens, taking on its familiar tread pattern and sidewall markings. It's this step that gives the tire its strength, elasticity, and road-ready toughness. After curing, each tire goes through rigorous quality control. High-speed machines scan for defects using X-rays, lasers, and visual inspections. Tires are checked for balance, air retention, weight, and structural integrity. Random samples are even cut apart and examined from the inside out to ensure every layer meets the factory's exacting standards. Once cleared, the tires are branded with the manufacturer's logo and model info, stacked on pallets, and shipped off to warehouses and auto shops around the world. From the factory floor to your vehicle's rims, each tire has undergone a meticulous journey, engineered and crafted to carry you safely through every mile. And there you have it, a behind-the-scenes look at how car tires are made. From tapping rubber trees to precision molding and high-tech inspections, every tire on the road today is a result of history, science, and a whole lot of engineering. Tissues, whether they're sitting in a decorative box on your desk or tucked into a handy travel pack in your bag, are a staple in everyday life. From colds and tears to makeup smudges and quick cleanups, they're always there when you need them. But have you ever wondered how these soft, durable sheets come to life? Today, we're going inside the factory to uncover how raw wood pulp becomes the thin, delicate, and surprisingly strong tissues we all rely on. The history of tissues actually isn't that long. They were first introduced in the early 1920s in the United States as disposable makeup removers. It didn't take long for people to discover that they worked perfectly as a cleaner, more convenient alternative to cloth handkerchiefs. Over time, they evolved into an everyday essential, now available in scented and unscented varieties, with lotion or antibacterial properties, in elegant boxes or travel-size packets. By the way, if you enjoy learning how everyday products are made, consider subscribing to the channel. We post videos just like this every week, and your support helps us a lot. It all begins with a very specific raw material: wood pulp, usually sourced from sustainably grown softwood and hardwood trees. This pulp is processed into a slurry, a mix of water and fiber, that is then spread onto a massive rotating mesh screen. As the water drains away, a thin sheet begins to form. This sheet is pressed and dried by a series of heated rollers that flatten it out and remove any remaining moisture, leaving behind a soft, ultra-thin paper layer. To give tissues their softness and strength, 2 to 4 of these thin sheets are layered together. They're embossed with a light pattern to help the layers bond and to add a little texture. The embossing process also allows the tissues to hold their shape when pulled from a box or packet. Next, the long rolls of layered tissue paper are cut down into smaller rolls and then into squares or rectangles, depending on the final product size. Automated folding machines handle the next step at lightning speed, folding each tissue in a Z or V shape so that they can be pulled out one after another without clumping or tearing. Now it's time for packaging. For tissue boxes, stacks of folded tissues, usually between 50 and 100, are inserted into cardboard cartons, which are often printed with colorful designs and fitted with a perforated top for easy access. Travel packs usually contain 10 folded tissues and are wrapped in a protective plastic film that keeps them clean and portable. Whether it's a box or a packet, each one passes through an automated inspection system that checks for alignment, count, and any packaging defects. Before shipping, every batch goes through rigorous quality control. Machines and workers test for softness, tensile strength, and the ease with which the tissues pull apart. Once they pass inspection, the boxes and packs are grouped, palletized, and sent off to stores around the world, ready to land in your car, your bag, or your bathroom shelf. And there you have it, a behind-the-scenes look at how one of the most common household items is made with science, precision, and care. From tree fibers to folded sheets, the journey of a tissue is more intricate than you might think, all to make your daily life a little cleaner and a lot more convenient. Today, we're diving into the luxurious world of Magnum ice cream, a decadent, creamy dessert coated in thick, crackling chocolate. From the smooth vanilla ice cream inside to the signature chocolate shell that snaps with every bite, Magnum has become one of the most indulgent frozen treats in the world. But how is it made in a factory? Let's take a closer look. The story of Magnum ice cream began in 1989 when the brand launched its first premium chocolate-covered ice cream bar in Belgium. The goal was simple: combine high-quality dairy ice cream with real Belgian chocolate for an unmatched taste and texture. The result? A globally loved dessert that continues to evolve with new flavors, textures, and indulgent layers. By the way, if you love learning how everyday foods are made, consider subscribing to the channel. We post videos like this every week, and your support helps us. It all starts with the heart of every Magnum bar, the ice cream. The process begins at the dairy farm, where fresh milk and cream are collected and transported in refrigerated tankers to the ice cream factory. Upon arrival, the milk is tested for quality, fat content, and purity before being pasteurized to eliminate bacteria while preserving its rich flavor. Once pasteurized, the milk is blended with sugar, vanilla extract, and stabilizers to create the perfect ice cream base. The mixture is then homogenized, ensuring a smooth texture by breaking down fat molecules into tiny particles. This prevents ice crystals from forming and keeps the ice cream silky and creamy. The base is then cooled to around 39 degrees Fahrenheit and left to mature for several hours, allowing the flavors to develop fully. Next, it's time to freeze the mixture. The ice cream base is pumped into freezing machines that churn it while rapidly lowering the temperature to -22 degrees Fahrenheit. This process incorporates just the right amount of air, giving the ice cream its luxurious texture. Unlike soft-serve ice cream, Magnum bars have a dense, rich consistency, meaning less air is whipped into the mix. Now, let's talk flavors. While the original Magnum Classic features smooth vanilla ice cream, the brand has expanded into various indulgent flavors. Some bars, like Magnum Double Caramel and Magnum Double Chocolate, feature a decadent layer of caramel or chocolate ganache between the ice cream and the chocolate shell, adding an extra level of richness. Others, like Magnum Almond and Magnum White Chocolate and Cookies, introduce unique textures and flavors, making each bite even more satisfying. For those who love fruitier flavors, Magnum Raspberry pairs tart raspberry ice cream with creamy white chocolate, while Magnum Ruby uses naturally pink ruby chocolate for a subtly fruity, tangy twist. More recently, Magnum has even introduced plant-based options, replacing dairy with a smooth, non-dairy alternative made from pea protein so that more people can enjoy the indulgence. Regardless of the flavor, the ice cream is poured into molds shaped to hold the perfect amount and structure for a Magnum bar. High-speed automated machines fill these molds before inserting wooden sticks into each bar. The molds then travel through a deep freeze tunnel set at -40 degrees Fahrenheit, solidifying the ice cream within minutes. After freezing, the bars are carefully removed from the molds and transported via conveyor belts to the next crucial step, the chocolate coating. Now comes the moment that makes Magnum ice cream so iconic, the chocolate shell. Each bar is dipped into a pool of melted chocolate, made from high-quality cocoa butter and cocoa solids. The chocolate is kept at the perfect temperature to ensure a smooth, even coating. The instant the ice cream bar is submerged, the cold temperature causes the chocolate to harden, creating the signature crackling shell. Magnum's chocolate isn't just any ordinary chocolate. It's specially crafted to have the perfect snap and melt-in-your-mouth texture. The bars might be coated in classic milk chocolate, intense dark chocolate, creamy white chocolate, or even ruby chocolate, depending on the variety. Some are dipped in 2 layers, while others have crunchy nut toppings or cookie crumbs sprinkled on before the chocolate sets completely. Once coated, each bar undergoes a final quality check. Cameras and sensors inspect for imperfections, ensuring every bar meets Magnum's high standards. The bars then move to the packaging line, where they are individually wrapped in signature gold and black packaging. These wrapped bars are packed into boxes, sealed, and immediately transferred to deep freeze storage at -18 degrees Fahrenheit, ensuring they remain fresh until they reach store freezers. Finally, the packed Magnum bars are loaded onto temperature-controlled trucks and distributed to supermarkets, convenience stores, and ice cream parlors worldwide. By the time you pick one up from the freezer aisle, it has gone through a meticulous process designed to deliver a moment of pure indulgence with every bite. And that's how Magnum ice cream is made. From fresh dairy and premium chocolate to the perfectly crisp shell that cracks as you take your first bite. Whether you love the classic, the double chocolate, or the almond, every Magnum bar is crafted with precision and passion. Today, we're diving into a fitness staple, protein powder. Whether you're whipping up a post-workout shake, mixing it into smoothies, stirring it into oatmeal, or even baking protein-packed pancakes and brownies, protein powder has become an essential ingredient for athletes, bodybuilders, and health-conscious individuals alike. But how does it go from raw ingredients to the perfectly blended powder in your shaker bottle? Let's take a look inside the factory to find out. Protein powder has been around for decades, but it wasn't always the smooth, great-tasting product we know today. In the early days, protein supplements were gritty, difficult to mix, and had a strong, chalky taste. Over time, advancements in food science made it possible to create powders that dissolve quickly, taste delicious, and provide high-quality nutrition. Today, there are many types of protein powders, including whey, casein, soy, pea, rice, and even more exotic sources like hemp or cricket protein. Regardless of the source, the production process follows a precise method to ensure purity, consistency, and maximum nutritional value. By the way, if you love learning how everyday foods are made, consider subscribing to the channel. We post videos like this every week, and your support helps us. It all begins with sourcing high-quality protein. For whey and casein protein, fresh milk is collected from dairy farms and transported in refrigerated tankers to production facilities. Once it arrives, the milk is pasteurized to eliminate bacteria while preserving its nutritional content. From there, it goes through filtration to separate the liquid whey from the solid curds. The curds are used to make cheese, while the whey moves on to become protein powder. Plant-based protein sources like peas, soybeans, or brown rice follow a slightly different path. The crops are harvested, ground into fine flour, and processed to extract the protein while removing starches and fibers. Once the protein has been separated, it undergoes extensive filtration and purification. In the case of whey, the liquid undergoes microfiltration and ultrafiltration to remove fats, lactose, and excess water. This results in different forms of whey protein. Whey concentrate, which contains around 70 to 80% protein along with some natural fats and carbs, and whey isolate, which is filtered even further to remove almost all fats and lactose, yielding over 90% protein content. Plant-based proteins undergo a similar purification process, ensuring they contain a high protein concentration with minimal unwanted components. With the protein purified, it's time to turn it into powder. The liquid protein is sent through a high-pressure nozzle into a heated chamber in a process called spray drying. The moisture evaporates instantly, leaving behind a fine, dry protein powder. The temperature is carefully controlled to avoid damaging the protein's structure, preserving its nutritional value and solubility. The protein powder is entirely unflavored at this stage, which is acceptable for some people but not ideal for most. That's where the flavoring and mixing process comes in. The protein is transferred to large blending machines, where it's combined with natural or artificial flavors, sweeteners, and emulsifiers. Cocoa powder, vanilla extract, and other ingredients are used to create popular flavors like chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and cookies and cream. Sweeteners such as stevia, sucralose, or monk fruit extract are added to enhance the taste, while lecithin, often derived from soy or sunflower, helps the powder mix quickly in water or milk. Some formulas also include vitamins, minerals, digestive enzymes, or amino acids to cater to specific health and fitness goals. Once everything is added, high-speed blending machines ensure a uniform mix so that every scoop has the perfect balance of protein and flavor. Before the protein powder is packaged, it goes through rigorous quality control. Samples are tested for protein content, purity, and safety, ensuring they meet the advertised nutritional value and are free from contaminants. Mixability and taste are also evaluated to guarantee a smooth, enjoyable experience when mixed with liquid. Once it passes inspection, the protein powder is sent to automated filling machines that portion it into tubs, pouches, or single-serving sachets. Each container is sealed with an airtight lid to maintain freshness and prevent moisture from affecting the texture. Labels are then applied, displaying the protein content, flavor, nutritional facts, and mixing instructions. With everything packaged and ready to go, the protein powder is loaded onto pallets and transported to warehouses, supplement stores, and online retailers worldwide. By the time you purchase a tub of protein powder, it has gone through months of careful sourcing, processing, and testing to ensure it delivers the best possible nutrition. And that's how protein powder is made, from raw milk or plant-based sources to the perfectly blended powder that fuels your workouts and meals. If you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the How-To Factory for more deep dives into how everyday products are made. What's your favorite protein powder flavor? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep discovering how the world's most fascinating products come to life. See you in the next video.
Let us dive into the smoky, tangy, and sweet world of barbecue sauce. Whether slathered on ribs, drizzled over burgers, or used as a marinade, barbecue sauce is a staple in kitchens and backyard grills worldwide. Ever wondered how this versatile condiment is made in large-scale factories? Let's find out. Before we explore how barbecue sauce is made, let's take a moment to appreciate its history. Barbecue sauce has roots that stretch across centuries and continents. Early forms of barbecue sauce were simple, made with vinegar, salt, and spices, and were used to preserve and flavor meats. Over time, regional styles emerged, incorporating ingredients like tomatoes, molasses, mustard, and honey. Today, barbecue sauce is a culinary icon, with variations that cater to every palate, from sweet and smoky to tangy and spicy. By the way, I post videos on how food is made every week. If that sounds like your kind of thing, please consider subscribing. It really helps a lot. Every great barbecue sauce starts with quality ingredients. The base typically includes tomatoes or tomato paste, vinegar, sugar, and various spices. Depending on the flavor profile, additional ingredients might include molasses, mustard, garlic, onion, liquid smoke, and even fruits like pineapple or apple for sweetness. Factories source these ingredients in bulk from trusted suppliers. For example, tomatoes are often delivered in the form of concentrated paste in massive drums. Vinegar arrives in large, sealed tanks to maintain its acidity and freshness. Sugar and spices are shipped in enormous sacks or containers. Quality control teams test every shipment to ensure the ingredients meet strict safety and flavor standards. Once the ingredients are cleared for use, the production begins. The tomato paste or puree is pumped into enormous stainless steel vats. Sweeteners such as molasses and sugar are added next, followed by vinegar. These liquid ingredients are blended using high-capacity mixers to create a smooth base. Next, the spices are introduced. The exact blend varies depending on the recipe, but it's carefully measured to ensure consistency. The spices are often pre-mixed into a dry blend before being added to the liquid base. Liquid smoke is incorporated at this stage, giving the sauce its distinctive barbecue flavor. Sensors monitor the temperature and consistency throughout the mixing process to ensure a smooth, even mixture. The mixed sauce is then heated in large steam kettles. This cooking process serves two purposes. It melds the flavors together and reduces the mixture to the desired thickness. The temperature and cooking time are carefully controlled to prevent scorching and to maintain the sauce's rich flavor profile. Additional thickeners, such as cornstarch or xanthan gum, may be added during this stage for thicker sauces. Before the barbecue sauce moves to the packaging stage, it undergoes stringent quality control tests. Samples from each batch are taken for flavor testing to ensure they match the product's standard profile. The texture is analyzed to confirm the sauce's viscosity, and its pH level is tested to ensure it's within the safe range for shelf stability. Microbial testing is also conducted to guarantee the product's safety. Any batch that doesn't meet these standards is either adjusted or discarded. Once the sauce passes quality checks, it's ready for bottling. Bottles are first cleaned and sterilized to maintain hygiene. The barbecue sauce is pumped into the bottles with precision to ensure consistent portions. Airtight caps seal the bottles, preserving freshness. After sealing, the bottles are labeled with the brand name, nutritional information, and expiration date. The labeled bottles are packed into boxes and prepared for distribution. The packaged barbecue sauce is stored in climate-controlled warehouses before being distributed to grocery stores, restaurants, and other retailers. From there, it finds its way to your kitchen, ready to elevate your meals with its bold flavors. And that's how barbecue sauce is made on a factory scale, from sourcing quality ingredients to meticulous blending and cooking, all the way to bottling and distribution. Every step is designed to deliver the perfect balance of smoky, sweet, and tangy flavors that barbecue lovers crave. If you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating insights into how your favorite products are made. Let's dive into the sweet and tangy world of honey mustard. Whether drizzled on salads, spread on sandwiches, or used as a dip for nuggets, honey mustard is a versatile favorite. But have you ever wondered how it's made on a factory scale? Let's find out. Before we explore the production process, let's take a moment to appreciate honey mustard's roots. This beloved condiment combines two ancient ingredients: mustard, dating back to Roman times, and honey, a dietary staple for millennia. While traditional mustard can be sharp and spicy, adding honey creates a delightful balance, making it a hit across the globe. Today, honey mustard is enjoyed in countless ways, from a simple salad dressing to a key ingredient in gourmet recipes. The production of honey mustard begins with sourcing high-quality ingredients. Factories procure mustard seeds, vinegar, honey, water, and a blend of spices in bulk from trusted suppliers. These raw materials undergo strict quality control inspections to ensure they meet safety and flavor standards. Mustard seeds, often the star ingredient, are delivered whole or pre-ground, while honey arrives in large sealed containers to maintain its natural sweetness and freshness. The first step in making honey mustard is blending the ingredients. If delivered whole, mustard seeds are ground into a fine powder or paste using industrial grinders. This grinding process releases the oils, which contribute to the signature sharpness of mustard. Once ground, the mustard is combined with water and vinegar in large stainless steel mixing vats. Automated systems precisely measure each ingredient to maintain consistency. Honey is then pumped into the mixture, its sweetness balancing the mustard's sharpness. The ratio of honey to mustard varies depending on the desired flavor profile. Spices and seasonings are added next, and powerful mixers ensure these components are evenly distributed. Sensors monitor the temperature and viscosity throughout the mixing process, guaranteeing a smooth, lump-free mixture. Emulsification is a critical step in achieving the creamy consistency of honey mustard. High-speed mixers or emulsifiers combine liquids that don't naturally mix, such as oil-based and water-based components. By breaking down particles into microscopic sizes, this process creates a stable and uniform texture. After mixing, the honey mustard is heated to a specific temperature. This step serves two purposes. It enhances the flavor by allowing the ingredients to meld together and pasteurize the mixture, eliminating harmful bacteria and ensuring safety. The heating process is carefully controlled to prevent overcooking, which could alter the flavor. Once heated, the mixture is quickly cooled to lock in its fresh taste. Before moving to the packaging stage, the honey mustard undergoes rigorous quality checks. Taste testers evaluate samples from each batch to confirm they meet the brand's flavor standards. The texture is analyzed to ensure it is smooth and spreadable, and the product's pH level and microbial content are tested to guarantee safety and shelf stability. Any batch that fails to meet these criteria is either adjusted or discarded to uphold the brand's reputation. When the honey mustard passes quality control, it's ready for packaging. Containers like bottles or jars are first cleaned and sterilized to ensure hygiene. The honey mustard is then pumped into these containers with precision, guaranteeing consistent portions. Airtight caps seal the containers, preserving the product's freshness. Finally, each container is labeled with important information, including the brand name, nutritional facts, and expiration dates. The packaged honey mustard is packed into boxes and stored in climate-controlled warehouses to maintain its quality. From there, it is distributed to grocery stores, restaurants, and other outlets worldwide, ready to be enjoyed by consumers everywhere. And that's how honey mustard goes from raw ingredients to the delicious condiment you know and love. From the precise blending of mustard and honey to the meticulous quality checks, every step ensures you get the perfect balance of sweet and tangy in every bite. If you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating insights into how your favorite products are made. Have a suggestion for our next video? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep dipping, spreading, and enjoying life's little flavors.